Hey, 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 what you say? It's Friday. Hello, everybody. Perry Dean here with Beards on the Street, and this cat right here,
Aaron Pearson.
Mr. A.A. Ron Pearson, and that cat right over there is Mr. Bob. Bob from Inspiro. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming on. I know we gave you, plenty of notice. I mean, like 5 minutes maybe?
Enough to just shave and, get some makeup on and get ready for this.
Right. Well, if you need a beard, there's one right there. If you're feeling left out, even though I did cut mine all the way off. I chopped it.
I've been getting...
Oh, hey.
I've been getting... I've had a friend of mine tell me that she thinks I ought to take it tight, and I don't know.
Yeah, clean it up a little bit.
I don't know about that. I don't know. You also had somebody telling you to buzz your head, dude.
My boy, he buzzed his head. He wanted me to participate.
He wants you to look like a
hoodlum,
buzzed head dude, like you or him.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
we did it last year, and love it when it's so short and clean and easy.
Well, then go do it.
I love it, but I actually like looking professional as well.
Yeah.
Which is why I wear a hat backwards.
Right. Well,
wait, we got to show the hat.
Yeah, baby. Bam. Get it close up.
P50.
Get it close up. Yeah, baby. We got a little bit of swag for the VIP 50 and got some shirts for our trainings. We got some hats.
It's kind of, we're uniforming up. It's like we're thinking about the presentation, what we look like, and
yeah,
it's awesome.
It's important. I mean, we gotta, so they say you gotta look the part, right?
Right.
And it's important to me. It's important to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Aaron, we've had a week. Let's just hurry up and just rip through what's going on with us and our team. I know that you have an offer on one of your properties. And you've got some traction on the other one?
Yeah, second showing on the second one. Got the offer in on this one, and I'm going to do everything I can to get my client to highly consider it because, as time and properties go on the market, if they sit any length of time, the perceived value and the interest of the property goes down, which means the money they receive out of the property goes down. So
exactly,
you have to strike fast and move hard, and that really means that'll help you maximize the return on the property.
Well, I've got one of those that I'm working through. Mm-hmm. That the first 30 days or whatever we struggled with. It's a trust, and we struggled with getting everybody on the same page.
Oh yeah,
so
those can be fun.
Yeah, they can be absolutely fun. Me personally, I got my clients under contract on a gorgeous place that was their top place they wanted, and
what's fun about that is they're elderly.
They are.
And how long have they been in their home?
Man, honestly,
40 plus years.
Yeah, for a long time. I'm pretty sure my friends that the way I got to them. Yeah, I think she grew up there.
Well, so at that age, to make a move and to upheave their entire life and transition at all, I mean, it's a lot for anybody. And so it's exciting that you've been able to help them understand where they're going and get landed. Yeah,
no, it's. I mean, I love them.
They are cool.
They're really cool people, and of course, because they're in my VIP 50 or part of my VIP 50 with my friends, of course I want to bend over backwards and really make it a good experience.
You take it personal.
I do take it personal. Yeah. I take them all personal,
right?
Whether they're in my 50 or not. Let's be honest.
Right.
I wrap my arms around them, give them a big bear hug, and then go to town with them. Go work. Work.
All right.
All righty. We've got some trainings coming up with the VIP, so if you're an agent out there, if you're in the industry, period, mortgage, title,
home
inspections, warranties, pay attention, people. Pay attention, because we've got some powerhouse training coming up. The first one is next week, the 21st and 22nd. That one's going to be at U.S. Title in Sugar House. It's a 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day. It's a free training, and I promise you, when you come out of that training, you're going to have some serious focus on, and you're going to have a fire built under your ass to go out and crank your business. The training is about tapping into your SOI and building your VIP 50, but the first day is all about them, like mindset and habits and how you break bad habits and create good habits and knowing what your why is. You know, when you're in a referral-based business, Bob, if you don't know what your why is, if you don't know what your values are, how the hell is anybody else supposed to know that? How are you supposed to be referable? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that first day is power-packed. I mean, we teach you how to set goals. We talk to you about time blocking. It's all about when you're on task, when you're working, you're in the zone. Period.
You know, and also the first day, like we're talking about, it teaches you how to be sticky. It gives you an idea of actually how to go create a crowd that the engagement and the activities we teach, that they make sense and they're fulfilling.
I like attraction better than sticky. Icky, sticky.
Yeah.
But it's attraction. We're in an attraction-based business, and what you're talking about is attracting your people, being an attractable person where people want to gravitate towards you because of who you are and what you stand for and what your values are and what your why is and I mean, I could go on and on and on and on.
Yeah,
it's about being attractive.
Your values and your why are why people end up being able to attach and trust you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So, we've got that training. And then the very next week after that, up at U Mortgage in Bountiful. This is right off of 400 North. I mean, literally right off the freeway. You could chuck a rock from the freeway and probably hit their building.
Right.
And so it's, piece of cake. And for those of you that don't go north very often, if you're down here in the Salt Lake Valley, I mean, guys, we're talking literally 10 minutes north of downtown. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I live right there.
Right around the point.
It takes me literally 12 minutes from my house to get downtown. So it's not like it's clear out in BFE and you got to drive to Ogden. That's not what this is all about. It's
We do have some coming in Ogden.
We do have a training coming in Ogden for all you northern folks. We've got at NWAR, at your board up there in Weber County, we've got a training coming up on the 9th and the 10th. That one's the first day is 10 to 2. The second day is 9 to 12. And this is sponsored by NWAR, the Northern Wasatch Association of Realtors. And again, all of these trainings we're talking about are free trainings, guys. Why wouldn't you want to go do it? Why wouldn't you want to go make yourself better?
Right.
I mean, if you could pick up one thing, just one thing from our training that you could implement into your daily schedule or daily life, and it helped you be a better person or a better agent or a more productive agent, is it worth it?
Oh, it's totally worth it.
I'd say yeah, for sure. So anyways, those are the trainings that we have coming up. We've got a couple others that are private trainings that if any of those don't work out for you, we can definitely bring some of you into our other trainings that we're going to be doing. So
we're going to be in Tooele. We're going to be
we're going to be in Tooele. We're going to be right here in Cottonwood Heights, just up the street, just off of Van Winkle Expressway. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff going on. It's fun. I love it.
It's
going to change a lot of people's lives.
Exciting times for sure.
Going to change a lot of people's lives. Okay, so that's all the business we got to get. I know that your kid is working on a couple of hot prospects.
Yeah, he's got his first list buy that's coming out next week.
Bam!
Super excited.
Love
about
it.
that.
I know Jen's got some. Did she go under contract?
Yeah, she's under contract.
Yeah, man.
Yep, and then also Tanner.
And Tanner's got one.
Yeah, everybody's making some moves.
Yeah, they are.
It's exciting,
guys. It's exciting. Things are happening. Life's happening. So get into it, and if you are an agent, just one more real quick plug. If you are an agent out there and you're struggling or not, if you want to take your business to the next level or just take your business to the first level, reach out to us, man. Don't just blow this off. Reach out to us. I mean, all it's going to cost you is a little bit of your time. That's it. We're pretty passionate about it if you haven't figured this out. And I love changing people's lives for the better. I love making agents better agents because that's just going to serve everybody down the road.
Yep. So
there you have it. All righty, Bob. You're kind of quiet over there, dude.
Hey, I'm letting you guys do the talking. So.
We've known Bob for about 3 years now.
Yeah.
Is that
Is that all?
4 years?
Bob,
Well,
I feel like I've known you for forever, dude.
Well, the first 2 years I was here, I was underwriter working from home, so I really didn't get to meet a lot of the agents, and then
Cynthia hid you from us.
she did.
She did. We weren't allowed to even get near you, dude.
Oh, she just wanted those files just churned out, you know. So so for the first 2 years I was underwriting. Then we became a broker, and once we became a broker, that was 3 years ago. I went back into sales, but
Are you happy with that?
I love it. Yeah, for
Good.
sure. I mean, it took quite a bit of time, you know, to get back to getting some referral partners, to get some, you know, loans going, and I was out of it for about 5 years, where I was.
Yeah, that's hard. You had to start over.
Yeah, for the most part, right. So, I started in this business when I was 19 years old. So,
Holy cow! Yeah, I said in my remarks for the the description that you're an old dog. You've been in the industry for forever.
41 years.
Wow,
Well,
Bob.
it's 41 this year, so October, so it's coming up
Good for you,
That's
dude.
so cool.
for sure. So I just gave my age away.
Hey, well.
Hey, I remember when I started, and you'll obviously if you've been there that long, dude. When I started as a loan officer, you just had to say, "I'm a loan officer." There was no governing body. There was no licensing.
Really?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
We didn't have computers when I was.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
Everything was done by hand on paper.
Well, we had one computer that took payments. You know, that's where the payments were processed through at the front desk. Everything else was on index cards, and it was all paper. So didn't even have
That's a breeze for you from back in the
fax
day.
machines came
No
out while you're
While I was
No CRMs,
I remember when
no-
faxes came out.
Yeah, for sure.
Dean, we used to have you literally have to go out to the client's house with it was 4 pages that were laminated together. Obviously, that you wrote on it, and it pushed all the I can't remember what it's called. But you basically you'd write on one and it would give you a pink copy,
Oh,
a
like
yellow
a carbon
copy,
copy.
Carbon
copies.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'd roll out. You'd have to go grab your stack of contract stuff, and then you'd go. Every offer was presented. And I mean, fax by itself, fax literally changed. I mean, it the speed. Remember how the speed?
Oh, yeah.
It was. I mean, dude, it was. Nothing was speed. I have an offer. I want to go present it, and then it was time to visit with somebody. It was all face to face, right?
I'm going to fax that right over.
Oh,
Dude, it was running around. It was running around delivering copies of everything, wet signatures. I mean, I remember when it went away.
Man, you had to work.
oh yeah.
Yeah, no, but dude, it was fun.
Right.
It really.
Well,
I
it
actually.
was.
It was definitely a lot more personable.
We're getting so much further removed now.
Oh, everything's done by text and email and
Yeah.
DocuSign or .loop or whatever,
Yeah.
e-signatures.
I would rather get face to face with somebody in comfort of their own home and getting their information and showing them the benefit of what I'm offering them and walking away with a sold deal.
Yeah.
But
I
things have
remember-
changed.
I remember
Nobody wants to do that.
I remember presenting an offer, and you would go into the living room, and you'd have the agent would be here. You'd all sit down. You discuss your client. You discuss your offer, and then you basically they're like, well, okay, great. We want to think about it. So you're like, awesome. I'll go sit in my car. Well, because you didn't want to go drive 40 minutes to go back out there,
Right,
right.
So you'd wait. And then you do everything you could to sell, and which was so cool.
I got my lunch in the car. I'll go eat my lunch and I'll be right back.
Literally, dude.
Yeah, it was like
Talk about a hard sell.
On your beeper, you're sending your text.
Oh my hell!
80085.
What's that?
Boobs.
oh, dear.
Yeah, well, 3833.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
But man, things have changed.
Things have
do you remember,
Yes,
do you
they've
remember when the
changed.
e-signature came out and it was like,
Nobody trusted it.
Oh yeah, dude.
well, it wasn't even legal for a minute.
No, that
Like it took movement of everyone to let that happen.
And it just started with a few documents were okay, and a few more were introduced that you could get signed. Now, virtually everything, except for like the warranty deed and the deed of trust, those have to be wet signatures and notarized. But
Oh, okay.
outside of that, everything is, you can do e-signatures on. So
Yeah, that was fun changes, and I mean really it's improved and it's more efficient for sure. But yeah, you've been around for a bit.
yeah, a little bit. So
Yeah, well, dude, we've enjoyed getting to know you. You're
Bob's a stud,
I would say
man.
you're one of our best friends in the office for absolutely for sure.
you guys are great.
And
The
but
feeling's mutual.
I wanted to hear a little bit about some of the things you're passionate about. I know you're a pool shark, aren't you?
I wouldn't say shark, but I
mean,
do enjoy playing pools.
You and Mary Lee must get along with your choice in football.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're
Yeah, does
Chiefs
everybody
fans.
see his shirt?
Yeah.
Chiefs man.
It's every Friday. It's Red Friday. When I lived in Topeka, Kansas, and for a short time, just like 2 years, but it was 2 football seasons, and the town on Friday just
Turns
everyone wears
into
red.
Chiefs.
Everyone wears red, and it's Red Friday, and so I've just
Man, that'd be fun.
I moved back here in.
I hope we end up getting a football team eventually.
Oh,
It'll happen,
It'll happen
probably.
eventually, but yeah. So I just carried the tradition, so every Friday you won't see me in anything but red. So,
That's so
and
cool.
most of the time I got a Chiefs, emblem on. What
That's
I'm
so
wearing.
cool, dude.
Yeah,
I used
for
to
sure.
be a Broncos fan, but now I really don't give a shit.
They might be better this year.
Fantasy football ruined
Affinity.
it just ruined it for me because, I mean, I used to freaking just hate the Raiders and mainly because of Romanowski. That dude was the dirtiest, meanest player.
Was he the?
He was the linebacker that
Yeah.
would like break your fingers and bite you, and
Howie Long.
spit in your face.
Howie Long was there too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was. But anyways, nowadays it's like I could give a shit. Whoever's on my fantasy football, that's who I want to win. And I don't care if it's the Cowboys, boo, or the Raiders, boo.
What's fun about fantasy though is it made every game matter.
Well, it does. It makes it way more interesting for sure.
That keeps my attention for about 2 weeks.
Do you play fantasy, Bob?
I do. Yeah, I've actually.
And
played,
it hasn't ruined it for you, huh?
No, I've played with the same group of guys. In fact, I've only met one of them. So he was a good friend, and it was a bunch of his friends, and I've been doing it for over 30 years with the same group.
Holy
of guys.
What if somebody's on your fantasy team and they're playing against your Chiefs?
It makes it a little difficult. You don't want them to score. If it's one of your guys, for the other team, yeah, you don't want them to score. If you have a guy on somebody else's team, yeah, it creates a little bit of problem.
See what I mean?
So, yeah,
It's a conundrum.
yeah. You root for football in a different way.
Right.
It's not how many scores; it's who's scoring.
Right.
Yeah, for
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw that they just released the schedule for the NFL.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Like a day or two ago. So I didn't look at it, but
Tell you what I enjoy is the Hard Knocks, the show on
That's fun, yeah.
that is a cool show. I like it behind the scenes.
you get to know
You
the
get to know
team.
their characters.
Yeah, and
And there's some characters.
what I'm impressed with is just the work ethic and the
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Holy crap! They're pros for a reason. They're
Yeah.
completely.
That's why they're
engrossed.
there.
Yep.
Well, the NBA Finals are on right now, and you watch how fast the game is. College students think that they're just completely badass, and then they get into the NBA, and it's like, holy cow, this is way faster.
Pro level is high school to college, then college to pro. It's crazy the different level of
Yeah.
speed and
Pretty much every sport.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much every
Yeah.
sport, for
Yeah.
sure. So,
Well, dude, we were talking earlier, and I was super excited for you. But you're on a tear. I mean, you told me you've got
Yeah, I heard you got some stuff
14
going.
transactions in pipe, and you're juggling like a madman, just keeping it rolling. But that's when I would dare say that's probably when you're at your best.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're in flow. You're going, right?
Yeah, you you got to take the business when it's there.
Yeah.
And for sure. So I took a week off, took my daughter down to Hawaii. Her and I were Well, she just turned 30, and so my wife and her and myself went to Maui, spent a week down there.
I was going to say, you better have taken your wife, not just your daughter.
Yeah, no, the three of us.
Cool.
It was my daughter's first time. My wife and I's. We've been to Maui. This is our third time, and just absolutely love it there. So,
I've never been to Maui. I've been to Kauai and the Big Island.
Once you go to Maui, you won't.
That's
wanna
what you've
go to
said.
Another, yeah.
Yeah.
You won't want to go to another.
Good. I'll
island.
go to Maui next time.
Do it.
I think that's where my buddy has property.
There's just no better place. It has the best of everything in Hawaii. It has the best food. If you're there to relax, there's plenty of time just to chill. The town does close down about 8 o'clock at night.
Why?
It's just, I guess, their way of
Cultural,
life.
I
They're
guess,
just
yeah.
very laid back, and
Wow.
that's it. The work day ends around 2, 3 o'clock or something like that. But there's a lot of things to do, but then there's a lot of time to spend at the beach and chill. And it's the best food I've ever had anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, if you love seafood, which I do. So, I spent a week there, and then after
He doesn't like it.
you don't like seafood,
No.
Oh, but
Something smells fishy.
so I came back, and I was just like, part of it was I had to pay for the trip, but I was like, I just have to really hit
got
it
on a
hard
tear.
right now. Yeah, and so I got I have 14 loans in my pipeline right now that I'm working on.
How many agents?
Oh, that's a good question. So I have one team I'm working with up in Layton that they have 7 total agents that I'm working with. A lot of them are newer, but nothing wrong
What
with new
brokerage?
agents. It's with Century 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
So, and then I have a handful here, in Cottonwood Heights, and then a couple more in Layton, and then my SOI, of course, that I keep in contact with. So, but yeah, 14 loans, about just under $5 million in total loan volume right now. So, and I'm adding to it every day. So,
Good job.
Which is good. Yeah.
You were telling me, and this impressed the shit out of me, but not to bag on anybody, but he's been taking live calls, on the spot. So his team, they're out hitting the doors and doing stuff.
You've trained them to where when they're out rocking it, you're available.
Yeah, they know they can call me, and unless I'm on the other line, I take the call.
I mean, he literally hops on the phone right then with the client.
That's awesome.
And that's, honestly, for the transition, the handoff,
That's
what
awesome.
a powerful way.
Because it's the first step.
Yeah.
Man, and if they're out there talking and they're at the door and there's a potential and opportunity and you're available, I mean, so kudos, dude. That's strong.
Yeah, and it could be just anything from just answering simple questions to giving them the peace of mind that, hey, this is the right step to take right now to getting them fully pre-qualified. So everyone's at a different step, and a lot of times it's just that comfort of knowing I've talked to a lender based on what I told the lender says I'm
Takes
good.
all the guesswork out.
Yeah, and really with anything, the hardest thing is taking that first step, filling out the application, and then the worry that goes into it. What's going to happen? Nobody wants to be told no.
Right.
Nobody wants to be declined. So I try to take that worry or fear away from them and just let them know, hey, it doesn't matter. You may be qualified right now, or I'm going to put you on a path that it might take you a few weeks, it might take you a few months, it might take you a couple of years, but I'm going to stick with
But
you
at least you
and
know.
get you qualified. Right.
Yeah.
At least you know what path you need to take.
And
right now.
get on the phone with an underwriter.
Like I said, it takes
You know?
it takes all the
Yeah.
it takes all the freaking guesswork out of it.
For sure.
Well, anybody in question, if there's a question in your mind, you stop. There's no progress.
Right.
Right.
That question gets in the way of any movement, any.
Well, it stops a ton of people from moving forward
Yep.
because they don't think they qualify when, in fact, they probably do
Right.
for something.
And the simple opportunity to hop on the phone with someone who has real answers, and you can jump and bridge past any of that question, worry, or fear. Progress and movement happens. I mean,
Right.
it's awesome. So
does.
so kudos, dude. That's incredible.
Yeah, for sure. We did start out just trying to refer people over to me and sending them my application link or saying, hey, this is Bob, he's going to call you, or you call Bob. And the number of people that just ghosted us after that first
Oh, yeah.
conversation was just way too high. So that's when we switched to the live transfers. And
Awesome.
it's
I love
just it's 100% improvement.
So if you're in the industry, did you just listen to what Bob just said? He just gave you a big, big, big thing to chew on.
Well, and
Live transfer.
Well, and guys, more importantly, he'll do it. So he's doing it, and if you're in the business and you need a good loan officer, call Bob.
What about Bob?
That's right. Bob, the builder of your dreams.
That's right. Bob the
Yeah.
builder. Hello, neighbor. So I've got an ask from you, Bob.
Okay.
So we talk about our trainings. I want to send you over some eyewash today, and will you reach out to your agents and promote our trainings for us and see if you can't get some of your agents in there, because it will
sure
serve
will.
them, but it'll.
I actually
promise
had an impression to talk to you about. Just part of our coaching that we do, it teaches you to build a specific crowd.
you should come to our training.
Yeah, I was at. So, dude,
Not that you
I would
need
love
it,
to. No, I'd love to.
well,
but it will help you understand the cycle that we're pushing agents to get in.
right.
It's a very productive cycle.
I'll tell you what. You pick 50. You pick 50 realtors.
You concentrate on
You
them.
pick 50 realtors, and you invite them out on a monthly basis to the mixer, and you stay in constant contact with them, provide value.
You'll have more
Holy-
business than you can freaking
holy-
shake a stick at.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, for sure. If you could just change your mixer from like Thursday night.
That's it. That's his pool night.
That's my pool. I play pool on Wednesday and Thursdays. So, and then I'm also up in the Layton office.
Are there any of them that would allow a younger crowd?
Any what?
The pool halls.
So where I play out of is the FOE Eagles, and they have an upstairs where anybody can be in it. The downstairs is a bar, so you can't have anyone.
Where's it at?
21. It's just off of like Vine Street and just west of State
Let's
Street.
freaking do it, dude.
Can we do a
Can we
mixer
do
there?
a mixer there?
I think we could. I know
Find out.
everybody there. I'll
Would you
ask
find
them.
out?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we'll
We'll do our next mixer there.
We'll
bro.
do our yes.
That would be cool.
That would be
then
cool.
Then I could attend.
Then you can be there.
Well,
Yeah.
and we can
And
come
you
play
can
pool
take a
with
bunch
you.
of money from a bunch of people that think their shit don't stink.
I don't know. You don't want to hustle some of those guys there. So there's some really good.
No,
players
we're
there.
gonna bring the lambs to slaughter.
Right. We're
Okay.
bringing you the lambs.
Oh, I see.
You and all your
I like
buddies.
how you guys think.
Everybody will have fun with it too.
Yeah.
Bob doesn't know how to play pool. Take him on.
No,
Bet him.
I'm a beginner. They call me Beginner Bob.
So yeah, dude, I'm gonna send you over some eyewash and start promoting it to your agents and get some of your agents, because I mean, it's all about production, Bob. That's what I don't get. When I sit across from a freaking broker and we're sitting there telling them, listen, this is a free training. You don't have to do it. We do it. If we can take your people and they can go out and even have one more deal than they had before, and then the broker tells us no, it just boggles my mind. Because tell me any part in there where they shouldn't take advantage of that.
Oh, there's
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Dude, I think I've had 3 brokers completely shut me down, and they're like,
That's
dude,
because they're scared. They're scared that they don't have the confidence. They're so worried that we're going to steal their people, which, number one, this is not a very big freaking market compared to other markets. If we were stealing brokerages people, we wouldn't be in this industry for very long at all.
dude, the one that
Nor would I ever do that.
the one that sticks out to me is, yeah, I'm not really worried about what they do. We eat what we kill here, and I'm like,
Wow, what a great broker
I
you
was
are.
just-
And I
li-
hope you watch this show.
I
I don't know who
literally-
you are, but I hope you watch this show.
I literally said
Horrible.
I literally said, wow, really?
Horrible
I'm like,
attitude.
you're not worried? I mean, Bob, across the industry right now, 2/3 of all agents haven't even done a transaction in 18 months.
18 months.
2/3 of
crazy.
all licensed agents. I mean, they have jobs. They're
And guess how many of those suckers are going to drop off because dues are coming up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a $1,200, $1,500, whatever it is, and they're not going to pay it because they don't have it.
dude. The brokers I know, the brokers that care about us, dude. They're dude. The stress they go under, the worry they have for their people.
It's amazing.
Like, dude, they're in that position because they care. They've transitioned into a service part of their business where they're helping people grow, function, and do this business. And when a guy like that told me, like, dude, I was
makes you wonder.
I was
makes you wonder how well his brokerage is actually really doing. You know,
it sounded like he didn't give a shit because he was doing business. Honestly, like, because he was a producing broker.
Sure.
And he had like 30 agents.
He's going to completely burn out his agents. Completely.
Or they're a bunch of, or it's a house, or the house is just like the head, you know, and they're a bunch of assholes that are only worried about themselves.
And that's not going to get you anywhere.
No,
either,
it's not.
So.
That's what I love about our system is it creates camaraderie. It doesn't create competition because your 50 is different than my 50, which is different than his 50.
Our mixer, when we have our coaching clients come with their people, everyone that comes adds to the buzz, adds to the fun, and it's new networking opportunities and meeting all people all the time. Bob, we have the last couple we have trainers or people that we're training that are there. I think we have like 6 or 7 outside agents, non-related to the brokerage here, that are there. You really let's do this at your place. You will meet some great people.
Well, and the cool thing is there's quite a handful of players that I play pool with that are agents also.
Oh, perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, let's get them plugged into our trainings because, again, I don't care if you're a brand new agent or if you're a freaking old dog like you and this cat sitting next to me. Doesn't matter. It'll still serve you. I promise you there's if not a lot, there's something within our training that I guarantee you will resonate with you and help your business. Guaranteed.
It doesn't matter how new you are or how experienced you are. You can always use training. You can always get better. Every single morning, I still attend a training.
Yeah.
Every morning ascent.
Yeah.
That, to me, is a training. It's getting my mindset right.
And you get something out of it every day.
Every day I get something out of it.
I love it.
There's a new message, but even if it's just to get in that right mindset, to get your day going, that I have to have it. So,
we're big on that. And we set them up for success. We have them do very specific things like affirmations and gratitudes and reading and stuff that's going to get you in the right frame of mind so when you're ready to rock and roll, you're ready to rock and roll.
For sure.
So, yeah, I mean, and if you're an agent that you feel that you're actually running your business as an SOI business, I guarantee you're not doing enough. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Not based on our system. Because most of the agents that we talk to that claim they're working their SOI maybe do something once a quarter.
Right. Should be every day.
Every day and multiple times every month.
Yeah.
Multiple. Which is, we set it up for you. We show you exactly how to do it. We give you all the keys to the kingdom, and then you can take it and run with it. So we don't hold back, man. But I would love to get some of your agents, see if we can't help them start being more productive, which in turn helps you.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time.
And I know they'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you know the owner of the pool hall we're talking about?
I know who he is.
Do you know who we'd talk to, or could you help us get?
I'll be back there on Wednesday.
It's the second Thursday of each month.
Okay.
So that'll give you an idea of what the date will be.
Okay.
But dude, we can bring 100 people there.
I'll have to. The only issue with it is Thursday nights is legal.
Oh yeah,
that's true. So it's going to be filled with people.
So that probably wouldn't work.
But
for that
like
night.
I said, they do have an upstairs, and that's something that I.
Are the pool tables upstairs or downstairs?
They do have 4 upstairs, but I don't think they're playing league on those. So
how big is that upstairs?
It's big.
Oh,
it would handle. It could handle 100 people up there.
Oh,
so,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
So we could do it.
Yeah, I'll go talk to him. I know who the person that runs it is, but it's a fraternal order, so they have
they have a board type thing.
Yeah, and so I know all the board members, and so I can talk to them for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Let's see what we can do. So I would love to.
So is it like a vet's place or like the veteran?
Yeah.
Okay, is that
basically like that? It is a fraternal
like a Lions Club or
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so it's Eagles. What are the other ones that are out there? The big.
What's the one with the little thing on the back?
That's the one I was trying to think of. I can't even think of it right now.
With the A, they wear the ring.
Elks. Is it the
Oh,
Elks?
that's Freemason.
Oh,
Yeah, Freemasons.
that's nothing like that. So that's a little out.
Do you wear robes and like
No.
walk
And
with like
chant?
incense and like?
And have a secret handshake?
No secret handshakes. No. So, but
What do we have to do to join?
yeah, there's no secret room. There's no,
All right.
Secret
pretty
underwear?
legit. No secret underwear. And it's reasonable too. I mean,
I love Utah.
I think the annual dues are like $35 a month.
Oh,
or something
wow.
like
Gosh.
that. And
Well, it's more of a hangout. It's just a place where dudes it's like a club.
yeah, it really is. And then the pool that's not the main thing that they have there. They do a lot of charity work, and they do.
Well, we'll let them pick our charity for when we come there.
Okay, yeah.
Because we always have a charity.
Or we direct it to them, to that.
Well, they're going
Is that how that- are they a
Yeah,
charity?
they're nonprofit. Everything goes to. I mean, they're donating everything. So.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
we should let them pick the charity.
Yeah.
I like
If
that.
it's not them, we put it all towards.
Yeah, I'll be talking to him on
Okay.
Wednesday, at
Okay.
least by Wednesday. So.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
See what happens on our show?
Yeah.
Shit gets
opportunities.
done.
Wait. Are we gonna? Is there? If it's league play, we're probably not going to get to play pool.
Well, on the upper ones, you said there's four of them
if
up
those
there.
are open up there, you could play pool. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We should go out anyway one other night.
I
Just
totally
play.
agree.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I suck at pool, but
Yeah.
I like playing.
and what's
It's not
crazy is
super good.
most of my adult life I've had a pool table.
Really?
Yeah,
And
just
that's where you fold your laundry, or
Yep.
Well,
that's usually what happens.
it was usually for my kids.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Let's be on lesby.
It's funny as I did too. My kids and my kids, it would be once a week. They made me play with them.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took that, but it did.
I think we got our first one when I was about 11 or 12 years old, and I played every single day for most of my childhood.
So you caught the bug way back in the day.
Real early, and then when I was raising my kids, and I still had a pool table, but I just didn't play.
Oh.
And then it was actually during COVID, right before COVID, I started playing again competitively. And then in COVID, the league I was in stayed open. So everything else shut
Did they?
down, and they
Oh.
stayed open. They had some rules, you still had to wear masks and stuff like that. But it was just the one thing that I could do.
Kept your sanity.
Yeah, and I've got a competitive spirit, so I played all
You
kinds
needed
of
an
different
outlet.
sports. Yeah, when I was younger, but as my body started wearing down, I couldn't play basketball anymore. I struggled with the softball and.
But you still had the
I
competitive
still
edge.
had that, yeah, and I needed that.
Yeah.
And so I was like,
Dart guys are like that too. Guys that throw darts.
yeah, in fact they do that. They have a dart league there. They have
Oh.
horseshoes. They have pool. At one time they had foosball. I don't know.
What
if they're
about a
still
beer
doing
drinking
that.
league?
That's a good league to be in. You're probably pretty good at that.
I'd be good at that.
Do you know what's
I'm
it-
competitive at beer drinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's the age of men. They're competitive, physical. They have that desire to compete
Well, we can't go out and compete with our
Well-
bodies, so we got to compete
Right.
with our brains
Yeah.
and skill,
and skill.
which is cool.
And pool was good for me. I mean,
Yeah.
just and I do enjoy it. I play a lot. I go to a lot of tournaments and stuff. I'm not I'm not the top guys in that group or whatever, but I hold my own. And,
Good.
And any given night I can beat anybody, and any given night anybody can beat me too. So
What's your favorite game?
it's always been 8-ball.
Okay.
But I've been playing a lot of 10-ball lately.
Ah,
10
never even
ball-
heard of it.
So 10-ball is a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball. So with the difference between the two, so 8-ball you call all your shots. There's no slop that counts. If a ball goes in the pocket, you didn't call it. The next guy, your opponent gets to shoot.
Did they pull the ball?
No,
Okay.
it just stays
Just
down.
you lose your turn.
You just lose your turn. 9-ball is anything goes, as long as you hit the lowest number on the table. So you start the 1 through the 9, and then if anything goes, you still keep shooting. 10-ball is a combination. You still go in order 1 through 10,
But you have to call
but you
it.
have to call every shot.
Oh, so it's even harder.
Yeah, and they call it rotation. So you're going 1 to 2 to 3. You can get an early 10 by hitting the lowest ball on the table into the 10 ball, and that's
And you
a
knock
win.
it in, and
that's
you
a
win.
win, right? But you have to call it. So if you don't call the shot,
So it's a
and the 10
combo shot.
What
Yeah.
if the 10 goes in and you didn't call it? Do you lose?
No, it gets spotted, and then
That means they pull it.
Yeah, the ball comes out, goes
Yep.
on the spot, and then your opponent gets the next shot. Or actually, in 10 ball, they get the option, so they can either make you take the next shot, or so if you're snookered, meaning you're behind another ball and you have to do a rail kick or something to get out of it, you're just going to hand it back to the person that just sunk a ball that wasn't theirs.
Right.
So 10 ball is a combination. It really to hone your skills. It's a good game. So
Is that a newer game, or has that been
league?
around for a long time?
it's been around a long time.
Is that what you play in league play?
So I like
lot?
on Wednesday nights it's strictly 8 ball.
Okay.
Well, and then we just started a 10 ball also, and then on Thursday nights it's a trio division. So you play 2 games of 8, 2 games of 9, 2 games of 10, and then we do a Scotch doubles where you're
You have to drink scotch while you're playing.
All of the
I'm
wives
all
are at
for
home
that,
going, when are you
but-
guys coming home?
No, the Scotch you're rotating shots. So like Aaron, if you and I were teammates, I make a shot, I try to set you up for the next shot, you make that, it goes back to me, and you just rotate. And it's actually kind of fun because you gotta put your
You're thinking about your partner.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so you got to look at their skill level, what kind of shot are they going to be able to make, and make sure you can move the cue ball around to get you in a good position.
Dang. I'm just busy trying to put something in the hole.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the number one rule they say in pool is just make your shot.
Right.
The number 2 is set up for your second shot, but you can't set up for your second shot without
Making the
doing
first
number
shot.
1, right?
Right.
So number 1.
I like it.
Dude, I remember when you hosted the morning ascent and you read a little bit about that out of the book.
Yeah, it's called the Inner Game of Tennis, which is kind of crazy. It's about tennis, but it's all about the mental part of the game. Whether it's tennis, whether it's even what we do
Yeah.
for a living, I'm prospecting for new business. It's being in the right mindset, not overthinking, and relying on what you're naturally good at. So like in pool, you practice and practice to get rid of all the bad habits and to get muscle memory on making the shots. And then you get into tournaments and you start overthinking. Okay, I got to keep my head down.
Then you revert back.
Yeah, and when you start thinking about things, it throws you off. And so this is all about get that out of your head when you're playing. Rely on what you've practiced, what you know. Get a clear mind and just make shots. And it's the same thing with tennis.
That could go for anything.
It is. It is.
That's
for
great
anything.
advice. Is like, you've done all the preparation. Now just turn it all off and play.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
when you get frustrated, you take your 20 seconds or whatever it might be,
Reset.
and then reset and just forget about it. So you have to have you have to forget about the last shot, get it out of your mind, and just start over.
It's funny because I was telling Aaron I saw a quote this morning, and
Yep, I was just thinking this.
I'm gonna beat it up. But here was the context of the quote. It's basically build your life not based on your past, but based on your future. If you too many people build their lives based on their past, and the problem is you're setting yourself up. I mean, all your negatives and all that crap that's gone on in your life. You can't build your life on that. You got to build it on what's in front of you and where you can go, not where you've been.
That's always the
great
next
advice.
best move.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, Bob, thanks a ton for coming on such short notice, dude. We love you, man.
Oh, it was great. Anytime I can help you guys out.
Yeah. Well, us two on-railed cusses just yakking at each other. We bring in a little bit of talent, and it helps out.
Yeah, it's fun to have someone to talk to and be able
sure.
to. Yeah, absolutely. Have you looked at rates today?
Yeah.
Okay, what are rates today?
So rates right now, conventional rates are in the kind of mid to upper 6s, so 6 5/8, somewhere in there. And they're up and down. All day long I'm watching the bond market to see, what the rates are going to do. FHA government rates, FHA VA lower 6s. And then we can do pretty much anything. I mean, the nice thing about our business is if I need to get a payment and I need to get a rate down, there might be a cost involved to it, but I can get your rate down to where you're comfortable with the payment. Same thing if you're short on cash and you need some help for closing costs. You can pay a little higher rate on the loan, and I can do a lender credit and get your cost down too.
Nice.
So when somebody asks me, what the rates are.
Or if you have a good agent, they can go and negotiate and help you out there too.
100%. Yeah, but sometimes you're maxed out on how much concessions you can get, and then you might need a combination. You might need some seller concessions, and you might need some lender credits, to help you with those closing costs. So, so it's kind of a loaded question. Where are rates? Because rates are
Depends on what you're trying to do.
They change all day.
Well, and every transaction's different.
Right.
So,
but where there's a will, there's a way, is what you're saying.
And that's where my background comes in. I've underwritten.
So you know what they're looking for.
Well, yeah, I'm really good at finding out what your needs are. Not what your wants are. I get to the nitty gritty. You may want a lower rate. You may want a low payment. But why do you want that? There has to be a need. There has to be a reason for it. And when I find out the need, then I can structure the loan. And so I ask a lot of questions because I want to make sure I'm giving them the right deal for them. And I want them to walk away with a positive experience. So,
Bob's your guy. Give him a call. Bob over at Inspiro.
What's your phone number, Bob?
801-842-4487.
Awesome. Say it one more time.
801-842-4487.
Perfect. Well, Bob, thank you for coming on Beards on the Street, man. Like I said, we love you, brother. You're a brother from another mother in our circle.
You guys are the best, and I appreciate this opportunity to sit down with you and talk.
Thanks, man.
You betcha, bro.
Awesome.
Have a fantastic